always saying is, no matter what, I keep smiling, and my story is not one of illness, but of strength, growth, and the power of positivity. Well, I have a rather positive journey, but I try to tell you the things, how I have been going through also bad things, and how I can get every time to the positivity uh, by myself, and I hope that it also will help, can help you in your journey, and that's the only thing that I want to do. Not I don't want to make you well by my good story that you don't feel. Um, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but I just want to try to give you some examples of maybe how you can go on with your own journey, that you can get tips out of it, which can help you to go on with your life. Just go further, and then we will come. Then you will understand it better. Um, yeah, that's the city hall of Gouda. That is in Holland, and that's the place where I have been born, and I have been living for the first 15 years of my life. Um, that was a really great time of my life. I had close friends, which I was always doing the things, going to the city, going to the library, going to the swimming pool. We were also sitting on the same school, and doing all kind of fun trips, staying together over with on each other's house. So we had also always a nice time. Uh, and then there was my mother. My mother, well, we were one of a kind. And I got always the love of my mother, and we did also a lot of things together. So that part of my life was my base. It was my which I know what is good for me, and that I know that I want to live on that way, on a positive way, on a happy way, on the way that I can enjoy my life. And that was really important for me that time, because after this time, oh sorry, I did I went to other way. There was also a time which was not really that great, but there were also the good things. But there were also a lot of things happened in my life which were not that good. When I was 14, my parents were going to divorce, and my mother, the lawyer of my mother, said that when she wants me to have with her, maybe it was better to move me to my uncle and aunt. They were living nearby The Hague, and just to be sure that my father wouldn't impress me to stay with him. But my mother and I were so close. Then I was living there with my uncle and my aunt, and I went to school there. Um, but then my mother was having an affair with another man, and he went back um, to his own wife again. And then my mother didn't see it anymore, and she tried to suicide herself. So that was a really heavy moment for me, because I was with my aunt and uncle, and my aunt was telling to me that my mother had trying to suicide, but that she was helped by someone else. She was sitting in the car, and someone else helped her to bring her to the hospital, and then she was saved. But then I had to wait some days to have seen my mother again. And I know the moment very well when my mother came up on the stairs, and I was waiting there on the at the behind the door. And well, she was coming, and she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I did it." And we were taking we were uh, coming to each other, and yeah, well, it felt very warm. And she has also never done that again. But it was something what happened. What, of course, as a kid of 14 years old, was really a tragedy. And I stopped it away for long years. I recently just have talked about it again. But well, that's also some things which you. How can you go on with that? I'm just going on further with my life. Yeah, well, that was as a kid, so that's really difficult, of course. But then my mother and I got stronger companions, and we were telling everyone everything to each other. We had a really close relationship to each other. But there was also she had also get together with her friend again, and I got a whole step family with it. And there were also some troubles with that. But how they were treating me, I will not tell anything, everything, because that will be a too long story. But every time I had to see what was important for me to stay stay happy and enjoying my life. So that was really sometimes were really difficult for me. Um, I will go on with it. I will talk about it further. I tried to do the things was really that I really liked. I had my job, and my job was really like a family for me. The colleagues, they were yeah, it was just a great time, and the colleagues, well, hired a career on Procter and Gamble, and I felt very good there. So that was the period that was really important for me. Um, well, then the years were going by. Well, I learned my friends, which I married to, and then we got kids, two girls. They were they were then when I got the diagnosis, they were 9 and 10 years old. So this was really they were really small. And my journey, yeah, begins with subtle tremors in my right arm and later on in my leg. So I had 2 years of uncertainty and tests. Um, and well, I tried to stay. I decided that I wanted to stay positive and keep moving. I wanted to be cheerful and smiling, woman, as I always have been, and that's what I think have succeeded in it. There's also a picture for me. Well, I said after the diagnosis, at least it wasn't cancer because my mother died from cancer. I want to stay a cheerful, loving woman as I am. Um, the years going on, well, you have seen my story already. Maybe some time ago, when I gave my first presentation. So I hope now a little farther. It's now 2025. And an unexpected thing happened this year. 8 years later, after my diagnosis, I came to my neurologist, and he said, well, I told him that for the second or for the third time, that I take less medication. So 5 years ago was something I did get the last recipe for medication, and until that, on the time of that, I just only take less medication because I didn't need it. I was listening to my body, and I've seen that I didn't need it. So that's why I didn't take the medication, not that much medication anymore. Um, so he thought, well, maybe you don't have the diagnosis. So I found it very strange because my face staying the same. I don't have problems with my taste, not with smelling. Um, you can tell, yeah, say a lot of symptoms, of course, but I, the most thing that I really have problems with is my tremor, and that's the only thing. So he did want me to do a DAT scan because he thought that I maybe don't have the disease. Well, he confirmed that it was Parkinson's after the DAT scan, but it's really slow progressing. And I think there must be a reason for it. Well, I think so, because when I'm looking at my disease from 8 years disease, the way that I'm acting is that I'm being positive. I'm doing things. Trying to do other things. I make connection. That all kind of things. I think it's important to stay better. But well, every journey is different. So, but it's for me. It seems like it can help. So I started also applying for jobs again this year. I have been working as an office assistant for 24 hours a week since March, and it will stop end of December because the contracts will not be continued. But I am very happy that I can have worked again, and to see that it still can. So I shared my story also about working and what it does for me, and well, it gives me a lot of um, energy, uh, good, feeling good. Sorry, I don't hear. Is someone okay? So I got supportive reactions, and I go further. My mission, I'm making an online magazine about Parkinson's life. The most of you. It's now published in 4 languages: in English, German, Dutch, and Spanish. And my goal is to show there is a life with Parkinson's. So I want to put focus on the positive stories. Next time there will be a nice story about someone who's a paraclimber. It's really also a strong story. I like to share those stories, and I think that we can learn from those stories, and that it's better to share those stories to have hopefully also a better life for other people with Parkinson's. Out of research, it also shows uh, when you're positive, your well-being will increase. Uh, I'm just a woman who doing that really easily. That will not be easy for everyone, but try. Well, I'm saying always, I want to smile. Just when you coming by a mirror, just look in it and smile to yourself, and you're feeling strong and good, and you're going on. You have you get the energy from it. I hope. And well, by living my positive life, every time something comes on my path, um, which I didn't have gone after it, but it's just coming to me. And I think that's also important to tell that when you are positive and where you are just trying to have a nice conversation with each other and just being there for each other, uh, that will give you so much more. I hope it does for me. This one is nice. I don't know if you can hear it, but I was first. First stop it because I want to explain this. I also have my woman and Parkinson's event organized for 3 years after each other. And this is the foundation board of Procter and Gamble for alumni. And that's very special because if you know that Procter and Gamble is an international company who's sitting all over the world, and foundation is also all over the world. It's getting more and more locations, so a lot of people are involving in this. And I got so good compliments by these people. Just here or just read it. I have to wait when she's saying. Is it? I find that fantastic to hear someone which is well with such a big organization who giving me compliments about my Women in Parks and organization. I want to let you hear this too. On my last Women in Parks and event, there was Judith Thielen. Judith Thielen, she is from the Dutch Parliament. And now she even became a state secretary. And well, she's telling about what the day does for her. Just listen. Well, she's doing a lot of things more. She is also have made a women's strategy, and in that women strategy, she wants that women will live longer, 5 years longer than now the case is. Um, Women are living longer, but not in health. In health, it's less than men does. So that's why they want to have more focus on women health, and they want to take away the differences between men and women. Also, in the research, they are saying that all researches has to be done with women and with men, not exclude women. And she's also focusing on work. I think it's a really good initiative. I was there also in the Erasmus University this year when there was the day with women organizations to make a start with it. I will also publish something in my magazine. In my next magazine will come out in November still. I hope half November. And there will be also the part about what Judith Thielen does about women health, but also what we have been talking about on our um, women women and Parkinson event. Park Yu is sitting also at the steering committee with on visibility and awareness, in which I am also part of. She has made also a book about women and Parkinson's disease. Long history that began in 1950. There's a whole book, and that will come also in my magazine next time, in the different languages, of course. Um, the power of positivity. I love to connect now with people. I'm not shy anymore, as you understand. Um, and it gives me a really relaxing feeling to be able to be just the woman that I am, and what it gives me to be that woman. So I think that's really important to have that feeling, to go on with your life and to enjoy it and to do the things that you like. And yeah, well, all the things that come to me, that I find it very special what all happens. It was for me a really more interesting journey after my diagnosis. All the things that I've been going to do, my shyness, which disappeared, and becoming the woman that I really want to be. This one, this picture was someone designed for me via AI, and I got that, and but that was also really a special moment again, and about directing my life. Um, yeah, I do also calling to organizations to let people with Parkinson's also get the chance to work, because I have found out on my journey that um, yeah, when they will receive a letter from someone with Parkinson's, the letter will come below, and I really want to show them that it's really good to have people with Parkinson's on board, and it's good for us, but also good for the company. Um, I just want to say, well, you have to find your joy every day. When I'm when I'm getting up in the morning, I'm just looking forward to all the things that I'm going to do, and I love to do it, and I'm full of energy because of that. When I shouldn't have that all, then my life would look very different, because I think the things that I'm doing just gives me the energy and give me the spirit, and gives also the good things in my brain to have the possibility to go on. And I always say, just smile and have a happy day. Also smile to someone when you are outside. You were posting to someone. Just say something, or if you see someone who's suffering with something, try to help them. That will also help yourself, I think. When you're open and connecting with each other, it will give you so much. Well, although in my story there are a lot of things happens, but my smile always returns. Also had from Judith Tieden long ago a video which she made for me on Compliment Day, and she was telling about when I worked with her together on at Procter and Gamble, that she always heard when I was nearby because she heard me always smiling. So that's the thing that I also want to be remembered, my smile. So no matter what I'm going on with my smile, um, and I think it's my superpower. Um, what the lessons that I learned from my journey is whatever changes in your life, try to go on with courage and focus on what you can do and what gives it to you and what you really like. And every time when you going through something, you can teach something about it, and maybe you can go on with it another time on a better way. And just to be grateful to yourself, because yourself is most important. You have to love yourself. So do the things that you can love yourself. For me, a smile relaxes me and gives me, yeah, uplifts me, gives me energy. Um, it's free, simple, and powerful. And the question for you is, which road will you take? Do you like to be positive, or do you have to have? Do you want to have uh, um, to ask me questions about it, or do you want to share your thoughts about it? I say also my positivity is my medicine. That's what keeps me going on. This is another thing. This is the song of René van Helsdingen. René van Helsdingen. He is a jazz pianist, and he made The Nasty Side of Life. The Nasty Side of Life is one of the finalists of the Parkinson's. I don't know if you know that, but that is. Oh, I don't want this. Wait a minute. I need more listen. Um, Wait a minute. Okay. Parkinson's. There are 9 finalists. I don't know if you can see it. Oh wait, I make it bigger. These are the 10 finalists, and they will also come on the. They will be recording an album, and they will be put on it. But till end of December, when you like the video of one of these, well, they can move to the first place, and the first place will come on the records as picture. It's now Rob George to climb this mountain, but I know René van Helsdingen, and I think great how he's doing and how he still plays the piano while he has the Parkinson disease. Well, I know also the people around him who was doing the song with him. So if you want to give a vote, would be nice. It's for the seventh World Parkinson Congress, the Parkinson. I want to thank you all for listening, and I give a smile for me, for you. Just ask me questions, or I will stop my sharing screen.
Oh, Tracy.
Oh, here you are.
Let's see.
And I see everybody. Well, that was my presentation. Is there someone who wants to ask me a question about it or say something about it?
I will.
Okay.
Everybody else is being shy. No, that was very inspiring, Wendy.
Thank you.
You know, I've been studying a lot about the mind body connection and what goes on in our minds, and like your positivity can have a positive effect on what's going on with our physical bodies too.
Yes.
And I like your smile protocol. That's my protocol too. I love it when we go somewhere and I just smile at everybody and see if I can get them to smile back. Some people I have to really work at it. Maybe they're just smiling because they think I'm so weird. But I sometimes, you know, I think my smile might be the only smile they get that day or that week, even.
Yeah.
So you know, I try to make it I try to make it a good one. So
very good to hear. I also had some time by my where I do my daily shopping. There was a woman and she couldn't pay all of it, and the 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 the, the, the one who was behind the counter has already taken off something from her account, and then she said, well, oh, it's not really enough, but then I gave her just some money because I found it so sad to see that someone couldn't pay for just a little shoppings. I'm always looking to people and also to older people and to see if I can be of help for them or just to say hello, because also an old man just came to me this week and he said, well, I have put all the leaves away from the road. Do you see it? That it's really clean. He just want to have a conversation, and then I'm standing still, and then I'm talking to someone. It's just so easy.
The hard part I find and you touch base on is to look for the positive things in your life. The power of positivity is vital for us as a species almost. And the thing is, it's as this disease progresses, we find harder times to find the positivity in that disease. And so we have to start finding positive attributes in our life now. So we get in the habit of finding them as easy as possible. And when that happens, when the disease progresses, we can still find those good things. They may be harder to find, but they're still out there.
Yeah.
And your smile thing, I've always had the power of 3 affirmations. I'll have a good day when I move, when I communicate, and when I laugh. And to have those 3 things happen to me every day, that means I've had a good day. But if I move, that makes me having to exercise or move my legs or might even be a bowel movement for that matter. You know, but
good days.
and then you have socializing. That's your communication, and the more you can have movement, the more you can communicate. The more you communicate, the more you can find humor, and that makes you smile, and then that makes you have a good day. Because believe me, the disease will progress, and it does find it harder to find those good things in life, but those good things in life are still there.
Yeah. It's also making memories and collect have pictures of it. Try to keep it in mind. or in a photo book, so you can look it back. That will give us also a nice smile.
The smile, like for me, I notice for myself, like I have a frown now more often than not. And yet, my wife and I, when we would walk into a building, people would normally say, "Oh, look, it's the smiling Robertsons." But now I smile through the way I communicate, the way I can talk to people. And if I don't do that, then they don't see my inner smile, shall we say? They just notice
Yeah,
my
okay.
outer frown. And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
just two smiles. There's an inward one and an outward
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. That's very good that you say that, because a lot of people were saying, I cannot smile anymore. But there is also the inner smile, and that's most important
Yeah.
I think
for
it's very,
yourself, for
I think,
self confidence. Sorry?
I think it's very important too to be positive. So much of the time I'm kind of negative and I tell myself, don't think that way, come on, let's think of something positive. Just because of the same thing, it just helps you. And I try and sometimes I laugh fake, and I think my brain thinks I'm happy. But
Yeah.
no, it's very, very, very important to be positive.
Negative
Yeah.
thoughts are normally brought on because it's a defense mechanism that our body is trying to implement to protect us.
Well,
But as our disease progresses, that defense mechanism actually works against us.
Mm.
oh, there are also a lot of stories. In Holland, there are a lot of stories to be told, which they think they should be negative about their journey. And I think by telling all those negative stories, the people who are getting just the diagnosis, they think that it will end within a year or something. Uh, just be honest and tell the different stories, that you can also doing good for long years. Because when I got the diagnosis, I didn't know what to expect. And my husband, he thought, well, within a few years you will not be able to do anything. But the my story is going a lot different, in just being doing more and more again. And well, people should also be aware of that. That a possibility that you can go for that, instead of just think, oh, I cannot work anymore, I have to stop with my work. I think that's the wrong way to. You have to inspiring people to do things and to see what's possible. And yeah, well, getting the good feelings, because that's the most important. And to have that, we need the community also to have more, to have, so they treat us on a good way, as if we are just normal people.